The most common question that I've been asked over the years is, Jaime, how do you maintain a positive attitude? Now, initially, when I was asked that question years ago, I gave my best answer for that. And as time went on, I'm kind of like, come on, can't you ask a better question? So I think there was a time where I was kind of annoyed by that. Like, really, that's the best question you have? How do you maintain a positive attitude? Can't we talk about something a little more business savvy or a little more important? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, that might be the most important question that you could ask. I mean, if it was so easy to maintain a positive attitude, why would our clients hire us? I mean, the reality is the work that we do is difficult because of all the rejection. And again, if it was so easy, then our clients could just hire people on their own and they'd have no need to outsource a face-to-face team like us. Years ago, I mean, this will really cement that point. Years ago, USPS approached us. United States Postal Service, they approached us. And they wanted a face-to-face team to go out business to business and win back the customers that they had lost to overnight shipping companies like UPS and FedEx, that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm scratching my head initially because I'm like, the United States Postal Service, they already understand how to work tight to the right. I mean, they go to every business every day in the United States. They go to every residence every day in the United States. They've got over 1 million employees. Why would they need to hire us? Well, they looked at face-to-face selling as a hostile work environment. Like, oh no, we need to outsource that because their people go, door to door. They go business to business, but they're never met with rejection. Nobody says to the postman, like, hey, are you delivering the mail? Get out of here. Can't you read the sign? There's no soliciting. That never happens. People will say, thank you. Thank you for delivering the mail, even though I don't want to look at this bill that you're giving me. Thank you. So it is difficult. So let's call it for what it is. And it is difficult because of all the negativity associated with rejection. I'd like to read a portion of the book, Grow Right. It's on page 14 and it describes what the field is like for me. And I'm sure anybody who goes through the field can relate to this, right? You start your day off and you've got a good attitude and you're ready to go. Then you start facing rejection, right? You hear the word no. I suck at sales. No, I don't want to do this anymore. No, I think I'm going to quit. No, is money even really that important anyway? Yes, I can totally do this. I'm awesome, right? So the field, it's like a roller coaster of emotions and attitude for all of us. So what are my best tips? What are my go-tos on how to maintain a positive attitude? My first thought is to hold on. Hold on long enough until you hear the word yes. It takes no talent or skill to maintain a positive attitude when you're being showered with yeses and positivity. So just hold on during that dry spell until you hear the word yes. It's kind of like, what comes first, confidence or competence? Well, competence will drive the confidence. So you just got to hold on long enough until those yeses come. They are coming. The law of averages is a funny thing. I mean, it comes in different packages. Sometimes it's at the beginning, sometimes it's at the end, sometimes it's nice and steady, but you just don't know what the law of averages is going to bring you. You just have to be confident enough that the law of averages will play out. You just have to do your part, maintain your attitude long enough until those yeses come. Point number 2, think positively, right? Think. One of my values, right? I've got my values under glass, right behind me is think. I mean, think godly, think positively, think big. I mean, think about it. If you have to think anyways, why wouldn't you think positively? I remember years ago being a field rep in the summertime and it's hot and it's like, I'm already not looking forward to going to the field because I know what's right around the corner and I'm already psyching myself out. And in a high roller statement from Katie, and Katie was from Chicago. I'll never forget Katie because she played a part in my development, whether she knows it or not. She said in a high roller speech, she goes, where else can I go out and get a tan and make friends? And she's like, look at my legs, look at the muscles and how toned my legs are from all the walking around in the field. And I'm thinking as she's giving this speech, I'm like, well, obviously this is why she's doing well and I'm not. I mean, she's thinking like Tigger and I'm over here thinking like Eeyore. Well, of course she's going to do well in the field. She's thinking positively. And so I just want to share this with you. I came across this many, many moons ago, and I'm sure you've heard this as well too, but just work with me here. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, it will become your destiny. So again, destiny and thoughts, right? So it's just connecting all the dots in between the two. You have to watch your thoughts. And again, if you've got to think anyways, why not think positively? My third and fourth points are similar, but slightly different. So here's point number 3. Make a decision on the front end. I had enough field days go by where I did some reflection where I'm like, I was having a good day up until I met that one customer, and then it just threw a wrench in the whole day, and then the rest of the day wasn't that good. I'm like, well, hang on a second. Like, these are coming. It's kind of like a deck of cards. The way the law of averages was explained to me is like in every deck of cards out of 52 cards, there are 4 jacks, and we call them jackasses. And there are 4 queens, and we call them queen, you fill in the blank, you guess what they are. And of course, there's aces. You're looking for the aces, but you got to go through the law of averages. So why not make a decision on the front end before you come to work that no matter what is thrown your way, whether it's a jack or a queen or just a 5 or 6, whatever, that you're going to have a great attitude no matter what, and then you're going to find your aces. And so I got to the point, and this was a little risky. I'd come into the office in the morning and I'd ring the bell. In every office there's some kind of bell ringing or recognition, but I'd call my shot basically before the day would start. And people would be like, Jamie, you're ringing the bell? Like you've got some sales under your belt? I'm like, no, I've just already decided that I've got a $200 attitude today. So I'm going to go in the field, I'm going to make $200. So I'd call my shot. And what was interesting, when I'd make that front end decision, when I'd come across the same kinds of people in the field, it wouldn't bother me. I'd blow it off because you know what? I already made the decision on the front end what was going to happen, how I would deal with situations like this and deal with people like this. So I just didn't let it bother me so much. I made a decision on the front. And point number 4, own yourself. You are not a product of your circumstances. You are a product of your decisions. So you can never make an excuse or be a victim of the circumstances around you. If you want to blame anything, you can blame your decision making, but you are not a product of your circumstances. The part of the 8 steps is not have and maintain other people's attitudes. I mean, that's what I was doing. Somebody would give me a negative in the field and I'd have my tail between my legs and I'd come down a couple notches and I'd carry that for the rest of the day. Well, what am I doing there? I mean, it reminds me of an Eleanor Roosevelt quote. Let me give you this. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. I was giving those negative customers permission, if you will, to bring my attitude down. So, just like Stephen Covey says in the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, habit number 1, be proactive. Own yourself, own your attitude, never take on the role of being a victim. So those are my best 4 tips on how to think positively, have a great attitude. The 2 cornerstones, the way I've always looked at the business, the cornerstones to really make somebody successful, it's a great work ethic. There is no substitute for a great work ethic and a great positive attitude. So let those be the cornerstones that drive you to success.